Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Unveiled. I took a brief break, but we're back and roaring into the unknown and analytical. We're back today to talk about the brilliant story that is the Android Saga. Now, Dragon Ball Z is known for long drawn-out fight scenes to a new villain every single saga, power-ups every arc, and next to shows like Fist of the North Star is known as the modern predecessor of shonen and most fighting anime. Critically acclaimed and also the spark of many people's childhood obsessions, Dragon Ball Z is an instant classic known if not by memory, by name. Many claim Dragon Ball Z features aren't very well written. There's hate for every single saga to my knowledge except originally Dragon Ball, because that shit was fire. The story takes place with the lovable Saiyan Goku, as he's cast away from his planet moments before annihilation at the hands of a space racist. You thought I was gonna say space tyrant? Nah. Frieza's definitely a space racist. And after landing on Earth, then being taken in by an old martial artist, Goku tragically hit his head after a long fall. This supposedly making Goku the man that we know today. Throughout Goku's childhood, he's defeated dozens of foes, from Dragon Men to superior martial artists to the 2-for-1 special of King Piccolo and Demon Jr., aka Piccolo, and even an entire military organization. Goku coincidentally has also made a lot of enemies. And it is from Goku's past we have perhaps one of the greatest anime revenge tales ever. And I'm not talking about Guts. The story of Dr. Gero, and by extension, the entire Android and Cell Saga. Dr. Gero was the head scientist and a founding member behind the Red Ribbon Army. He designed the Red Ribbon Army's weaponry and created the first androids in service of the Red Ribbon Army. He claims to have built androids because mechs can be captured and used by the enemy, while androids can think for themselves, but that all changed as well. Dr. Gero, surviving the fall of the Red Ribbon Army, flees into his secret lab hidden in the mountains. Gero vows to seek revenge and condemns Goku to death, creating an incredibly advanced ladybug-sized tracking device that observed Goku's greatest battles between Tien, Piccolo, Raditz, and even Nappa and Vegeta. Over the span of the next few years, that he was really like an entire decade. This man was obsessed with Goku. But over the span of this next decade, Gero uses this data and also calculates for Goku's growth and eventual power to create the ultimate androids to kill Goku. And this created an entire off-spiral of events, including alternate timelines. Now, the Android Saga begins with an instant offset of the last season's villains. Frieza visits and is slain by Trunks, who is from the future, and along with Frieza's father and all their forces with incredible ease, and this is all before Goku even arrived back to Earth. Trunks warns of not only the threat of the androids, but their origin and eventual genocide of the planet. Trunks, having went through one of the alternate timelines I spoke of, where the Z fighters all died at the hands of the androids, and Goku having died of a heart disease, probably all the food he ate. In this timeline, only Gohan, Bulma, and Trunks survived, leading to an inevitable showdown and death of Gohan. This warning creates a situation more dire than the Z fighters had ever experienced, thus strengthening my first point on the level of development that the Android series had made. Even after Trunks' warning, we still get several surprises no one ever expected. The androids Trunks warned of didn't appear. Instead, androids 19 and 20 arrive and begin to terrorize the citizens of an island, with the Z fighters beginning a scramble to find them. These androids not only sidelined Yamcha for the rest of the franchise, but were actually kind of chilling. Their disregard for human life and cold speech conveyed their lack of humanity. And the androids all had a cold-piercing gaze that, in my opinion, set them apart from many of the other villains showcased within Dragon Ball Z. 19 is the first to actually battle Goku, with the androids boasting to have studied Goku for so long that they needn't any further study him. And like Frieza, they didn't account for the multiplier that is Super Saiyan. This ironically not mattering because Goku didn't actually take his medicine. And this leads to his ass kicking by the name brand Michelin Man, and the appearance of Vegeta. And pausing for a second, Vegeta talks so much shit this entire saga and absolutely never backed any of it up. Like every single time he influenced an issue, it led to him getting his ass handed to him. But anyway, Vegeta easily no-sells Android 19 while also losing a lot of energy, and then blatantly lies and baits Dr. Gero, aka Android 20, into attacking him. But Dr. Gero takes the bluff and flees in terror into the mountainside. And this leads into a series of chases where upon Dr. Gero ultimately reaching his lab before the Z Fighters, he releases 17 and 18, who go on to release Arnold Schwarzenegger, Android 16. We learned Dr. Gero deactivated these androids due to their insane power and uncontrollable nature. I personally think this was due to the androids' unlimited power, and I'm not 100% sure how that would link to it, but perhaps the fact that they weren't reliant on absorbing other people's energy and never had the need to seek out other people or be weaker than Dr. Gero off rip. They, were just kind of uncontrollable. And this is showcased quickly by the android's betrayal and murder of Dr. Gero. Vegeta continues his diarrhea of the mouth and proceeds to murder several innocent civilians, something even the androids have yet to do, and then gets bodied by Android 18, leaving him with a lifelong arm injury. The Z Fighters get their asses handed to them on a silver platter, and the androids depart on a cross-world journey to kill Goku, where they go shopping, get some coffee, and even rumble with a highway biker gang. Panning back with the main characters now left beaten, broken, and embarrassed, we get to see the spotlight finally on Piccolo, who sets out to gain another higher power by merging with Kami. And this gives Piccolo his unique showing as the strongest amongst the Z Fighters. For a short time, he even surpassed Super Saiyan and challenged the androids and was on par with Android 17. But this is all shortly before the ultimate evil that is Cell emerges. Again, another plot twist no one saw coming. Cell, having traveled from the future after killing Trunks, who in that timeline has somehow killed the androids, has come back to achieve his perfect form. And with that, I'm gonna start wrapping up the video, as this segues into another arc, and that's the Cell Saga, and that in and of itself is a whole other review, because Hercule will save the day. The decade-long plot to kill Goku has evolved and transformed into something far, far more dangerous. And this is my main point of the story, spanning from not only Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, from Goku's childhood to his adulthood. And dialogue-wise, the dire circumstances were often spoken in great volume. The despair of this saga was only rivaled by Frieza's appearance earlier in the series, and even before the emergence of Cell, we still get to see 3 different Super Saiyans fall to the androids. And these are legendary Saiyans in their own right, and they were once again decimated by the androids, who have no hope of defeating Cell. And honestly, it's like Dragon Ball Z decided to throw power levels out the door at this point and rewrite the series into constantly growing spectacles of yelling and screaming, and I do agree with people when they say that. But that's all for today's video. Thanks for tuning back in as always, everyone. Thank you, and stay safe.